Well, all right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Thunderstruck Super Series in the Tour Mod division. And this is Rebel Racing Network. I am Eddie Smith, and I'm joined tonight in the booth with Jonah Colbert. Jonah, how you doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good, man. Excited to watch some open wheel racing here tonight at Hickory. Should be a good time.
Yes, sir. I think it will be. Tonight is the championship race. We are down to the last race of the season. We're at Hickory Motor Speedway for the Thunderstruck Championship 125, and we've got some battles going to be going on all over the track. This series always puts on some good racing, and tonight it's going to be no different. The championship's all locked up. Um, Josh Oswalt has cleared that, so he is going to be our champion this season. Congratulations to him. But he's going to take home the championship. We still got a lot of battles left. Still got battles left for third place is Sam Wetstein, just a 1 point ahead of Mike Steffen, and William Griffith not too far behind along with Charlie Gates. So, I don't know if everybody is going to be in the race tonight, but I know at least the top 5 is. So we're going to see some good racing regardless of the point situation. So we're going to jump on in here, and we've got a little 2-car heat between Mike Hasty and Michael Swink. Some of the faster drivers. Mike Hasty has shown a lot of speed here lately. I don't know if they just decided not to qualify or what happened, but we're going to have a little 20-lap shootout between two drivers, and so we should be able to go caution-free, I hope, and get to the feature and have a good feature. So.
Yeah, I really like that orange and black car. Might be a little biased, but that's the one I'm going to be rooting for. As you see him disappear there going into turn 1.
Yeah. Yeah, these are both really good drivers that show a lot of speed every week. Mike Hasty definitely shows them Roca boys. They come ready to fight and ready to race. Would love to see them next season to be able to run like a full schedule because, Jonah, you hadn't been here, but they have been fighting for victories. Mike Hasty tried really hard last week trying to get a victory, but they're pretty darn close. They're pretty quick. And Michael Swink is no slouch either. So Michael Swink is a little bit loose there, so he's already struggling.
Yeah, I'm guessing these things probably get step out a little bit on cold tires, and I'm sure it tightens up a little bit over the course of a run. Nice little lead here for the Roca driver. And he seems to be hugging that bottom a lot more, where Swink's kind of taking a wider entry and trying to dive it down as he exits the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's I said Roca, but I was maybe Roca. I think it's Roca, so that's my bad. Correct myself. Going more with Mike Hasty. As he
That's
tries
a great shot right there.
Yeah, get a little bit of practice, gets 20 extra laps of practice over the rest of the field. Make sure his setup's nice and right where he wants it to be. I don't know if they can actually change stuff between feature and heat races and feature, but at least have a few more laps to really get a good feel for it.
Now, how many laps is this heat race?
Heat races 20 laps.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 laps. So we have about 12 laps to go, and then we'll have 125 laps of hard-ass racing, I would think. You ever driven these cars before, John?
Never have driven one of these cars. Watched a few of your broadcasts here, but never had a chance to jump in one yet. May have to try to do that next season or something.
Well, something interesting about these cars that I've seen only a couple drivers take advantage of. They got that push bar on the front. You see a little bar right there. And
my money's on Garrett Canter using that push bar.
Well, he's not big on using it, but there's a couple guys, man, who get in there and they will. It's called a push bar, not a slam bar. It may not even be called a push bar. I think I mixed it up. But I saw one driver, Thomas Capuano, go down in the corner and lean on a guy all the way through the corner and basically push him up out of the groove coming off the corner. Didn't wreck him, didn't spin him out. I thought it was an interesting way these cars do that and able to get a bumper on, and push somebody through a corner. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of that tonight, as this track looks really racy, as either Michael Swink has found the turbo button, or Mike Hasty wanted to race a little bit.
Yeah, he got a nice run on him off 4 there and got underneath him, but it seems like the high line is not going to really work out. It's just completely fast. I think he may have used his stuff up to that, or he's just trying to make it interesting for us. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe one of those things, but it's hard to really say. Both of these guys are transferred to the feature, so they're just kind of probably just fiddling around a little bit, just trying to make the laps go by. But I tell you what, man, just to kind of give you a recap on the season, it's been an incredible season. A lot of really good racing, a lot of new faces, in the middle of the season that came in. But I tell you what, Josh Oswalt, Garrett Canter, Sam Wetstein, really kind of set the tone all season long. Josh Oswalt just put on a clinic from the halfway point on. It was pretty close between him and Garrett, but the last few races, Josh has just shown incredible patience, incredible championship poise, if I was going to be real cheesy, because he definitely, didn't drive his guts out, didn't drive as fast as he could. Probably could have won a couple of those races, but was really smart, protected that lead, and was able to take home the championship. So Michael Swink gonna take home the heat race victory. So that was a fun little get up before the actual race. And so we'll have probably about 2 minutes of warm up there, Joan, to talk about it. But yeah, Josh Oswalt just showed a lot of championship caliber, which he's gonna rack them up this season. He just took home the 87 series and Rebels championship. I think he's got a couple more. So.
Yeah, I raced with Josh for a few series. He's a really consistent driver. He's a really smart, mature driver too. Like you said, he knows when to send it and when to back off. If he's got it in his mind that he's racing for that championship trophy, you're going to find times where he lets you by, and you may be thinking, "Oh, I'm faster," but at the end of the day, he's going to have the last laugh as he's hoisting the trophy at the end of the season. He's a really fun driver to drive around, really respectable, but I mean, he's got a lot of speed on short tracks, and this is his bread and butter right here. So it's no surprise to me to see him claiming that championship.
Yeah. While we got about 50 seconds left in warm up, just talking about what's going to happen in the future. If next season, if some of these guys stay around, especially these Rocca guys, I'm gonna keep saying it wrong, but folks like Mike Hasty, a guy that's not here tonight, Kevin Anderson, Thomas Capuano. There's quite a few guys, man, who are really, really fast, and I think you're gonna kind of put their flag down in the series. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we got some new faces here tonight: Lucas Leon, Colin Hoffner, and let's see, Teddy Hodgson. A couple guys that I have never seen in the series before, may have been here in the past, but new to me. So looking at the I ratings there, they're on up there. So it looks like we're going to have a competitive race tonight. And then the rest of this field is still really, really strong. There's all kinds of guys who can win races. There's a checkered flag, so we're going to get this thing going. We'll kind of talk about the grid once it pops up. And we'll go through the grid real quick. Teddy Hodgson, like I said, on pole. Lucas Leon. And the top 3 are guys who are newer, at least to this season. So haven't seen these guys race, but they are coming in strong tonight, taking the top 3 spots. Josh Oswalt, champion, starting 4th. Charlie Gates starting 5th. Mike Steffen starting 6th. Kai Shaffer starting 7th. Garrett Canter starting 8th. Hemi Garardini starting 9th. William Griffith rounding out the top 10.
Sam Wetstein going to be starting 11th, and Thomas Capuano will be starting 12th. From there, we got Kyle Robertson 13th, Tyler Rice 14th, Alex Veith and Michael Swink 15th and 16th respectively. Mike Hasty, the one you were talking about. Good old Jason Warren back there in 18th, and Zach Wetstein on the round out your field there in 19th place.
And yeah, well, it looks like Jason Warren and Zach Wetstein decided they didn't want to race. They just wanted to get some provisional points or something. I'm not sure, but they did not grid up. But it's going to be interesting tonight. Going to be a tough track to get around here. We'll pull some guys in during the race, talk to them, see what it's like. But Teddy Hodgson is going to lead us down. And, of course, this is open setup, so these guys have all the control over their setup. So we're going to see who has put together the right combination tonight. We're getting ready to go green. Green flag is out. Great start there for Lucas Leon as he tries to keep it on the outside. A little bobble there, but is able. Oh, we're already under caution as looks like him and Gherardini crashed. Let's go back and see what happened.
Get a little bit of help there.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he just didn't go when everybody else did. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it just didn't go. And Sam Wetstein, he said, "I'm ready to go. Green flag's out." So.
Yeah, whole field kind of played that accordion game there, coming to the green flag, and kind of checked up the whole field, and then he wasn't sure if he was going or if he was staying there.
Yeah. Maybe he saw the accordion effect and then decided, man, I don't want to get into all this, and kind of stacked it up himself.
It's kind of like when you're walking down a hallway and someone else is coming the other direction. You go left, they go left. You go right, they go right. That's kind of what he was going through right there with his gas pedal.
Yeah, he was dancing a little bit, wasn't he? He was doing a little dance.
Yeah.
Well, we got Mike Uribe and Phil Monzo in chat, man. Hitman, man, we just wish the best for you, man. Hope you get feeling better, man. I know you're not feeling too well, man. So sending prayers and good vibes your way. Hope you get to feeling better, man. But glad to have y'all in chat tonight. Hopefully we put on a good show for y'all. But yeah, it seemed like he was dancing a little bit, couldn't decide what he wanted to do, and Sam, like I said, he was ready to go, and it was kind of weird. I don't know. His car acted funny, so I'm not real sure what's going on. Hell, the whole field's passing the pace car, so.
Got one of those iRacing bugs there when you get the caution before you even get the green flag, and who knows what's going on. I think it's going to take them a minute to figure this out. They may end up having to extend this caution even.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the tower here so we can see what's going on as far as lap down, and it looks like everybody's is getting lined back up where they need to be. So it looks like everything got handled. Lights are off on the pace car. We are side by side getting ready to go back green. So everybody back where they need to be. So we'll get that out of the way. That way we don't miss any good racing on the broadcast. Nope, lights are back out on the pace car, so we extended it. Yeah, a lot of, just kind of a lot of bouncing around on these restarts. It's still early. We still got a long way to go. But these short track guys, man, you just can't tell them patience. They're just not that's a word that they just don't want. They know it, but they don't want to hear it. But we are going green. I don't know what's going on with the pace car lights, but little wacky little deal there, like you said, with the caution coming out before we took the full lap, and so we're back to green. Leaders get out to a great start.
I think once they single out, there'll be some good racing here. It's a really tricky track. It's only a third of a mile, and it's got a lot of nasty bumps there in the corner. I've never run it in this car, but I've run it in some other cars, especially the 87s and some late models, and it will bounce that car all around, and it's very easy to lose grip here, even on high downforce cars. So you got to be careful not to get too low. If you get down there and touch that apron, it'll upset the car a little bit. But early on, it looks like everybody's holding it together pretty well.
Well, yeah, you can definitely see the bouncing as we go and look at here at this little. You can see how much on the track. You see how much the car is just moving. The suspension is. There's just a lot of bumps there, just a lot of vibration. And guys look like as they're going down in the corner, they're really bouncing around in the groove. As you see, it just doesn't look smooth. It looks like you're just kind of trying to drive it down in there and survive a little bit.
Yeah, and then the significance of that when it comes to bumps is it can really alter your consistency, because you may feel like you're running the same line every lap, but depending on which direction your car is pointing when you hit that bump, it'll change the whole outcome of the lap for you. So you may see big runs and big dropbacks from guys randomly as you see him fighting that wheel through the turn. I mean, he is giving it a lot of wheel input counter steering, trying to keep it on the track.
Yeah, that's a lot of movement there. It looks like it's when you get on the brake, it's really loose in to try to get that thing to turn to the corner. So he's got a lot of wheel movement. Let's go up here to Garrett Canter to see if we see the same thing out of him. Gets real loose off the corner. Maybe not as much wheel movement, a little bit tighter setup it looks like than what Griff's running, but still you can definitely tell a lot of bouncing around. Definitely looks tough.
Now, do these guys run the entire race on a single set of tires?
They do, yeah. No tire changes. Sometimes they're good on fuel. Last week we had a fuel. Of course, they can put as much fuel as they want to in these cars. So some guys were a little bit too short last week, and we had a fuel mileage race towards the end. So if you don't calculate it just right, you want obviously the minimum that you can get, but sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. But you were right, man. They're gotten a little bit single file here as we kind of see what's been going on with the field so far, as we saw the incident with Hemi Gardini, so that definitely put him back a little bit. But we go back here and look at a battle between Kai Shaffer and Charlie Gates Jr. Charlie Gates Jr. dropping back a little bit. He's going to lose a spot to Cobb. Almost lost a spot to Mike Steffen.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where you get pushed up to the high line. You better hold on because you might get freight trained, because it's a low line dominant track, and if someone can sink their nose in there, they're absolutely going to do it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Going to take a lot of give and take early on as you see Garrett Canter get right to the back bumper of Mike Steffen.
He thought about using that push bar.
Yeah, he sees that Toys R Us car behind him. He knows he's got to go. Garrett trying to drive down in and get a little bit better run off the bottom. Try to make this pass, but I think he's got to be patient. I think Mike Steffen is just as fast as he is. He just needs to get around Charlie Gates. Charlie Gates going to move over and let Mike Steffen by, and Garrett Canter as well. So move those guys up a couple spots. Right now, your biggest movers are Mike Hasty and Michael Swink, the guys in that heat race. Starting at the back, they are definitely on the move. So not a lot of movement so far. A couple guys have gotten a couple spots, but these two are definitely going pretty quickly. And I tell you what, you watch the 72 car at the end of the race, I'd be really surprised if he's not fighting for a top 5 in the next 40 laps.
Yeah, he seems to have a lot of speed early on. See how that plays out over the course of the entire race. This being the first race I've really sat down and watched, it's interesting having to run a single race on a single set of tires. And yeah, I mean, my money's going to be on Canter and Oswalt to be up front. I know Kender's really good at saving his equipment, and just any car he's in. He's one of the masters at it. He takes care of his tires. So I know it looks like he may not be doing much now, but I'm thinking about 50, 60 laps, he'll be up near the front. And interested to see how Swink in the 72 car also move up to the field.
Yeah, let's check in with the leaders. I don't want to give them some love, as we got a battle for second place starting to prove between Hoffner and Leon. As Hoffner looks like he's trying to run down Hodgson, but he's starting to fall back into the clutches of Lucas as Lucas gets out of the groove there. Maybe gets into the wall just a little bit. Now, one thing you might see tonight, Jonah, is these cars, because of the wheels being outside fenders, if they get onto those walls, they will climb those walls, and it can be bad news. We watch. I'm gonna go on board with Teddy, and I'm gonna tell you where I'm worried. Something that scares the hell out of me coming off these corners. You crawl this wall right here, you're gonna see that tire barrier right there to your right, and you don't want to end up there. That is a night ender for sure.
Hey, I've been there in a stock car, and it's not any fun. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Colin is starting to reel in Teddy here a little bit, so I don't know. Maybe he needed that little kick in the ass from Lucas to get himself push it a little bit harder, try to get up here and get this lead. see our champion this season, Josh Oswalt, coming into the picture. So it's Kyle Shaffer. Kyle Shaffer showing a lot of speed. So, oh, we are under caution. Looks like Emi Garardini having another issue. Back to Kinder Farm and Ranch wreckage rewind and see what happened to him. He tries to get down the apron, looks like, and use that to help him turn a little bit and just kind of self spins. Didn't really hit anything, but that was enough to bring out our second caution of the night. So tough night for Hemi so far.
Yeah, he got down there trying to use that apron, help the car turn, like you said, and it just turned a little bit too much. But fortunate enough to keep it off the wall. With these open wheel cars, you definitely don't want to put that tire in the wall, like you said a while ago. But I really like that car. That it's almost like an army green or something with those orange rims. It's nice contrast. I actually like that a lot. That may be one of my favorite schemes out there tonight.
Yeah, you know me, I love the orange. So you can put orange on some doo-doo, I'd love it. Let's go over, since we got a caution here, I'm going to go over the field, just kind of go through the field, just see where everybody's running. Of course, we got Teddy Hodgson out front, Colin Hoffner in second, Lucas Leon in third. That really hasn't changed. Lucas and Colin swapped spots from where they started. Josh Oswalt still running in fourth where he started. Kyle Shepard up 2 spots, running in fifth. We're having a great run in the top 5, showing a lot of speed. He was running lap times very similar to the leaders, so definitely showing a lot of speed out of him. Garrett Canter running 6th. Mike Steffen running 7th. William Griffith up a couple spots up to 8th place. Thomas Capuano up to 9th. Rounding out your top 10. Charlie Gates Jr. dropping back a few spots. May just be struggling a little bit, or maybe he's just being patient and letting these guys go, and hopefully he can recover. Sam Wetstein running 11th in that red, white, blue flag car. Mike Hasty, we already talked about him. He's running 12th. Michael Swing running 13th. Alex V running 14th. Kyle Roberts bringing out the top 15. Tyler Rice in that really cool neon pink yellow. I like that little car. Hemi Gardini, we already talked about him, running out 17th. And just in time, the pace car is going in, and we are going green. Eddie gets a great restart, but so does Lucas. He's trying to get down to the bottom, but it's weird, man. You enter in the bottom of turn 1 and 2, it seems to really upset the car as Lucas really bounced up out of the groove.
Yeah, there's a nasty set of bumps down there on that bottom groove, and you're kind of trying to pick your poison going into one. If you get in the turn too high, the car will really get loose, and it'll try to kick that back end out on you. But if you get in there too low, you'll hit those bumps, and it'll just shoot the car up to the outside wall. So you're going to see drivers kind of picking and choosing which line to go with. They may even swap every other lap just to try to offset the tire wear, but very interesting to watch them early on whenever they're in traffic.
Yeah, it got single file real quick as we are on lap 45 of 125, so about 80 laps to go if my math's right. For Mississippi, it may not be, but we've got a really nice battle here for first as they are just bouncing through these corners. I can see that in turn 3 and 4 especially, as we watch the suspension tires, and you can see the whole car just kind of rocking from front to back.
Like being on a wave runner out on a windy lake, man. Just bouncing.
Yeah. Running right through that boat's wake, just bouncing all over the place. Let's go through the field. Let's see if we can catch some battles. We watch this. You know, somebody's going to have to get aggressive in that 13 machine, that big frig pink 13. I think if I was going to pick somebody to be aggressive and try to get his way to the front, you called it earlier. I think that's the guy we're looking for. Ooh, he gets a little bit loose there.
Well, he's got to be careful, man. He's got the drift dozer right behind him, and his blade is lowered, so it's no surprise to see Kinder pushing on the gas a little bit. He's got to go because Griff is ready to go, and Griff gets in the wall and climbs the wall, as you said, and falls back a little bit. Lucky he didn't get up into the catch fence.
I tell you what, these cars are not driving good. I can just see how much you can see the drivers. If you catch them in there, you can see the drivers just. The avatars in there just wheeling the car back and forth off these corners there. This is about as wild as I've seen them this season. seems like it's so hard to get the run off the corner that's needed to pass somebody. You can see Garrett's really fast through the middle in the entry, but coming off the corner, the bumps right there, just bouncing. You're trying to get the power down, just not able to do it. So passing seems to be really, really difficult. So.
Yeah, and I think as drivers realize that, you're going to see them putting more and more pressure on it, especially as we get further and further into this race. You know, with how hard it is to pass, you want to get as many positions as you can as early as you can, because you're not going to have time to do it as we get later in the race. It's just so difficult. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a cluster. You know what, up here, just not really much place to go. So we talked about it early in the race. You got to get that push bar, pull out your little box and push that push bar out a little bit further so you can really lean on somebody. And that may be the only way you can make a pass. Josh Oswalt trying to get up under the number one of Lucas, and just gets so loose off the corner there trying to get up under him. So.
Well, just a little points update here. Michael Steffen and Sam Wetstein are the two that are battling for third place in points. Sam Wetstein, of course, holding that 1 point lead, and Steffen's running in 8th, and Sam's back running in 12th. So Sam's got some work to do if he's going to hold on to that podium finish for the season.
Yeah, we've got a nice little battle here. We try to catch any kind of side-by-side racing so far. It's been largely single file. Thomas Capuano gets super loose right there. Just trying to find some grip, but it's kind of like what Hemi Gardini did earlier in the race, trying to figure out a way to get this thing to turn. See Kyle Shaffer doing the same thing. So a lot of guys just searching, trying to find any way to make some sort of forward progress. But yeah, so Mike Steffen is in your third place right now. So. Sam has had, towards the end of the season, just had a string of really tough luck. So last week he had a great run, a great finish, and he needed a couple of those just to get back into the swing of things, just because it was been so tough on him. The last, let's say about, the last 3 or 4 races before last week, it was just getting caught up in stuff, his own doing, and just getting caught up in other people's stuff. So.
Yeah, that's definitely something that comes with the course of a season. You have your ups and downs, and Sam's definitely had a string of more downs than ups lately. But you can't let it get to your head, and it's the final race of the season. You just got to hang it all out there and have fun. I mean, you got nothing to lose at this point, especially with Steffen being a few positions ahead of him. He's just going to have to turn it on and try and go get it and be a little bit more aggressive here towards the second half of the race. And hopefully he can find something that works for him.
Back up to the lead, see some movement going on. It's like Colin going to try to get to the inside, and he is, and is going to take the lead. So we finally have a pass somewhere on the track, and it's for the lead as Colin Hoffner is going to take that position. Looks like Teddy was more than willing to just let him go. Looked like Teddy had gotten on the apron trying to make the car turn a little bit, and that really hurt his run off the corner and gave Colin the inside track going into the corner. So pass for the lead here.
That's a really clean pass and very respectful, to not fighting too hard, knowing how hard the track is driving. Rather you let him go now and have another shot at him than wreck both of you and get into those bumps. It gets really loose off that corner. We've been watching these guys fight it all night.
Yeah, and I think if he gets up there and he tries to fight too hard, that slows them both down and allows Lucas and Josh and all these other guys behind him to pull up on him. And if he's not able to get down at the bottom, he could find himself in Garrett Canter's position right now, where he is getting up on the high side and he's just going to be a freight train. Yeah, Thomas was ready to go there, but Mike Steffen was not ready to pressure Garrett, and Thomas is going to lose out there a little bit. But what I was going to say before that is the top probably 9 cars are all, maybe 10, are all running damn near the same lap time. So very interesting to see how quick everybody is tonight. Just the difficulty of passing. You saw really, really smart racing by Teddy Hodgson of saying, I think you're faster. You're probably going to make the move here. So let me get up out of the groove, let you go, and get tucked in behind you. That way I don't go from first to fifth. So, because it can definitely happen. Don't look now, Jonah, but that 72 neon green machine back there right behind Garrett Canter starting to roll up on him. He's up 8 spots from where he started. Making his way up to the front.
Yeah, that car is hooked up. I think all those Rocky guys are pretty quick, it seems like. They've all been putting down some pretty fast laps and showing some speed. It's been fun to watch them. They have some really good looking cars too, so definitely have to follow him along and see if he's able to get around Kinder. And I can't tell if Kinder is struggling as he gets loose there. I think that answers my question. Oh, he's down in the grass. Ooh. Yeah, he is struggling right now. He's fighting that car. It's not handling well for him. You can see him fighting the wheel every time as it comes off of turn 4, and he's just holding on for dear life at this point. I think he needs caution to cool those tires off.
Yeah, it looks like he may have missed the setup just a little bit. It seemed to be very fast early on, but here in the last few laps, he's really, really struggled. We saw him bounce up out of the groove and almost clobbers the wall there. So definitely you can tell he's not, it just doesn't seem like he's going over the bumps very well, at least from my perspective. So, of course, we don't know about fuel, so we don't know if people are saving fuel, but it just looks like the handling is going away on that 13 big brake machine. Oh,
yeah, typically on these longer races, on longer runs, you'll usually start with a loose car and it'll tighten up over the course of a run. But it seems like with just all these bumps, it's kind of the opposite. The longer they go on this run, the more loose and squirrely these cars get, and I think that may have been where he missed the mark. So I think some people may have actually started with a tight setup, and now they're getting faster, as opposed to Kinder, who may have started loose, and it's actually just getting worse for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we start, we're coming to lap 84 right now of 125. So not a lot of yellow flag laps. So it's been largely green flag laps, which is pretty awesome for a short track like this, especially one that's hard to pass. And so these laps are clicking off quick. So some guys are probably driving harder than they may want to try to get their way to the front. As you see, Teddy Hodgson dropped back to third place as Lucas Leon made a pass on him. So the top 3 are starting to pull away a little bit as Josh Oswalt about 8/10 behind the top 3. So they are definitely showing their speed as they are starting to gap the field just a little bit.
I think Oswald may just be on cruise control right now, dreaming about his trophy. I don't know that he's really pushing it too hard right now. He's probably seems to be the one fighting his car the least that I've seen, as we got a car down on the grass.
Looks like, him and Gardini went off track. I'm not sure if he just needed to pit and see what drives down into the grass. Maybe looking for the pit entrance, cooling off the tires a little bit. I'm not real sure. Yeah, it looks like, oh, goodness gracious. Gets into Thomas Capuano a little bit, but it looks like he was going into pit road, so. These top 2, Colin and Lucas, are starting to pull away from Teddy a little bit, so. Really, really good battles here. Let's check in on Kai Shaffer and William Griffin. They are doing a great job. Mike Hasty still making his way. I'm going to tell you right now, Mike Hasty, fastest, well, not this lap. He gets into the apron a little bit, but last lap he was the fastest car on the track. So definitely.
That old broadcaster's curse, man.
It'll get him every time, so. It may be a little bit too late for him to win the race, but he can still maybe work his way into the top 5. And it may, Hemi Gardini brings out the caution as he spins out.
I was just thinking when you said all that, I said a caution could change everything, and no sooner than I thought it happened. So this will shake things up a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, going to reset everything, let those tires cool off, and going to have us a little 30-lap shootout, about 28, 27 laps whenever we go back green. Yeah, him and Garrett Canter just having a tough night tonight. Seems to have missed it all together. Just had a couple issues, and now it looks like he's gonna have to take her to the garage. So tough night for him. Say hello.
Well, Hickory Motor Speedway does not play nice to newcomers. It's a tough track to master, that's for sure.
I want to say hello to Kevin Canter and Ratchet Miller. Glad to have y'all as always. I was about to call the police, Kevin. I hadn't seen you in chat. About to call a missing person. Make sure you hadn't wandered off.
Need a welfare check.
No doubt about that. Got some guys going through the grass trying to cool their tires off. The top 5 is... The order's changed a little bit, but largely still the same. Colin Hoffner is now your new leader. Lucas Leon in second place. Teddy Hodgson started on the pole and led the first part of this race. Dropped back to third place. Josh Oswalt in fourth, and Kai Shaffer bringing up your top 5. So these top 3 seem like they're pretty strong. So I think the winner of this race is going to come out of these 3, but wouldn't surprise me one bit if anybody in this top 5 that would bring home the victory. Colin gets a great jump there. Lucas as well. Teddy not so much, as Josh was almost able to get to his outside.
Yeah, I think the top 3 are pretty evenly matched. It's just going to come down to who gets that. Oh!
Yeah, Teddy, I think Lucas may have checked up a little bit as Alex Veith around, and we're under caution again. Oh, gosh! Charlie Gates and Alex Veith almost get together as Alex Veith was trying to get it straight back up.
That was some heads-up driving there by Charlie Gates as he avoided him. That was awesome wreck avoidance, because I actually saw the pace car getting to the wall there.
Yeah, everybody's hitting the wall right now as we look, see what happened to Charlie Gates here. Huh. Oh, so Charlie Gates had already been spun out or spun himself out or got spun, and then was trying to get back going, and probably didn't see Alex Veith coming back up on the track. So very scary. That could have been bad.
Yeah, that's that A-pillar there gives a very limited view in front of you. It's very difficult to see out these cars. So probably just didn't see him, like you said.
Yeah, and we saw Lucas. He either was trying to get a better entry into the corner, or just checked up a little bit too much that Teddy wasn't ready for that. And Teddy actually gets in the back of him and was almost about to get passed by Josh. So I know Josh is not happy about that caution, because he was going to try to get that third place position.
Well, you know what Denny would say.
Just short track racing.
That's right. Well, if y'all are not having a good time at this race, tomorrow you can tune in and watch them run the super late models here, because I think that's also going to be a fun race as well, with Josh leading the points there. I'm definitely have to tune in for that one. Put some fenders on the cars and let them bang it out.
There you go. Let's see if we get the one to green this time by. If we don't, we'll grab somebody, pull them up here, and see what their plan is. And we do get the one to green, so we will. Kevin, looks like he may have just missed the setup a little bit. Got out of the groove a couple times, and is struggling back there in 10th. But we're getting ready to go green. Let's see if anybody has anything as our champion, Josh Oswalt, is he going to have anything for these top three as they get a great jump off on the green flag, and Josh Oswalt on the outside of Teddy, see if he's going to be able to do anything. That high line just not working, so he's got Kai Shaffer all over the back end of his machine.
Yeah, that's the downside. You go for that high pass, and what you end up doing is opening up the door for the guy behind you to stick his nose under.
Oh, we got a big crash. Yeah, wow. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but man, we had a cluster right there. Go back and see what happened there. Mike Steffen was involved. Yeah, looks like Thomas Capuano just gets in there too hot and collects him. Kyle Roberts, Tyler Rice, Charlie Gates Jr. again in another accident. So Mike Steffen just gets kind of, you know, he didn't really have anywhere to go. He was in the middle of the corner, and Thomas was just, he was ready to go. So I think if you would have hit him just a little bit more square, it probably would have been okay, but hits him on that right rear, and that just upsets the car too much. So he's having to get his fast repair, and he does. Gets in, gets out.
Check in on chat here. Kevin Kender asked, was Garrett in a wreck, or did he miss the setup? I think he just kind of missed the setup this week. Really been struggling with that car all race long, especially on the longer run. All the bumps in the track, he's just been fighting that wheel back and forth. He'd be a good candidate to pull up in here and talk to. Ask him how that car's handling.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Hey, Garrett, this is Jonah and Eddie in the booth. You got us?
Hey, I got you, Eddie.
Hey, man. Well, Kevin Kender wants to know, were you in a wreck or did you just miss a setup? And we think the setup, you seem to be bouncing around out there. Your feeling still in?
Somewhat, man. It's rattling me crazy here. I can't hardly see going straight down these straightaways just from how much I'm vibrating eyeballs through these turns. This thing is like the Walmart speed bumps through these corners, and it's just kind of ridiculous.
Well, a couple guys have had some issues up front, and you're running 10th. You're up to 7th now. Do you think you got anything to try to get in the top 5?
Only if they mess up. I did miss the setup a little bit. I was really expecting this to be kind of some more short runs than what it has been. So I kind of set up for that where I had some short run speed, but long run I just start losing the rear end and the right rear starts going away quick.
All right, man. We all getting ready to go green. Good luck. All right, that was Garrett Canter, so you can definitely tell the setup is we're struggling a little bit as he doesn't get a very good restart, but I tell you who does is Colin. As Teddy drives down in there on Lucas trying to get that second place position. He's going to have position on him here as he is able to clear him. So move Teddy back up to second place. Josh Oswalt, is Kai Shaffer, William Griffith get way out of the groove. That's what Garrett Canter needed to be able to make up a couple spots, and Mr. Mike Hasty trying to make his way back up there as well. So.
And we got some good racing all over the track as we check in on these leaders. I think Oswald, I don't know if has anything for these guys. It's been this top 3 all race. They've just been kind of trading it back and forth. With only coming to 10 laps to go here. It's time's running out. I just don't know that he can make a pass there before the end of this race.
Yeah, I think that was a big pass from Teddy Hodgson to try to win this race. That was a big pass to be able to give him the kind of the catbird seat going into these final 10 laps. We have 8 laps to go now. So Teddy is moving in for the kill, man. He's ready to eat.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier with the difficulty of passing here with all these bumps. Oh, he's getting a good run, but then he just gets loose. We've seen that all night. You know, you try to get the low line off the corner, but there's just no rear grip.
Yeah, it seems like he's fighting the steering wheel until he's off of both the brake and the gas. And when he has to get back on the gas, he is back to fighting that wheel just all over the place. So looks like to get speed, man, you really have to be on edge. He is definitely both.
Well, final race of the season, man. They're not leaving anything out on the track. They're going for it all. So.
Yeah, he peeked a little bit to the inside. Thought about diving into that. Oh, we're under caution. Oh, goodness gracious. Over here looking at this awesome driving by Teddy Hodgson. completely missed the wreck. Let's go see what happened. As looks like it is Sam Wetstein, Kyle Roberts involved.
Oh no.
Everything looks good so far. And then, it looks like the 42 of Alex V just gets it to the back end of him and sends him around. Didn't hurt his car too bad, but
That's one of the toughest spots to get a run on the car in front of you is coming off the corner like that. It's so counterintuitive to want to check up there, and it happens so fast. It's a lot of times it's almost impossible to react fast enough to avoid hitting the guy in front of you.
yeah, no doubt about that. You know, you're trying to get on the gas, and he may be lifting, and you just you're so close to each other, you're just not able to react like you said. But interesting. I think Teddy would like to not have seen that caution as we're going to get a green-white checkered here, and he's going to be on the outside. That's really going to free up Lucas there on the inside to maybe get back by Teddy. You know, he's going to have the advantage of being right behind the leader on the restart. The leader always gets a great jump, and so he'll be able to mirror him a little bit. So Teddy going to have to be up on the wheel, and we'll get down to business here with first green-white checkered.
Yeah, I think as a second place car here, your only hope is to try and jump the start. I mean, to have any shot at this.
Yeah,
As the leader just jumps early, and he's got a huge start.
Yeah, Teddy was able to get down to try to make a move. We're going to stay on the leaders here just because it's a battle for the win here. Is Teddy not able to do it? Garrett Canter, we're just talking about how he missed the setup. He is making a pass on Josh Oswalt for fourth place. So sometimes you could just be a hell of a driver and just wheel your way. Setup be damned. So he is up to fourth place, and checker flag though is going to go to Colin, Hoffner, and Teddy Hodgson and Lucas Leon. Round out your podium with Garrett Canter coming home with a fourth place finish. What a hell of a recovery for him, and Josh Oswald, your champion, rounding out your top five. Holy shit, that was crazy.
That was a great finish, man. What'd I tell you? Early in the race, I said, Kinder, you know, if my money's on anyone to be up at the front at the end, it was him, and he found his way to the front. It took a little help, but he got there, man. He wheeled that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll try to get some of these guys in here. It looks like all top three are not in Discord, so it's going to be difficult for us to interview them. Let me send out a message on Discord, and if they don't show up, we'll interview the next three. So
We got a champion to interview too. So.
yeah, well, we'll save him for the end. Let him give his speech. See if we can get these guys in Discord. They're literally joining the Discord as we speak, so all three of them. So we'll get them in here and talk to them and see what they say about it. All right, Lucas, this is Eddie and Jonah in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, well, congratulations. Great finish, third place. I know you probably wanted to win, and you were definitely fast enough. Just seemed like it was really hard to pass, and Teddy was able to get around you there at the end. But kind of talk us through your race, man, what you were trying to do, and how maybe you could have gotten this win tonight.
Yeah, so I got to thank Tom Capuano. He was able to get me and my buddies, who we all finished in the top three, got us into this right before. So ton of fun. You know, we all put together a really good setup, and you know, if things played out a little better, I feel like I could have possibly made it up to that victory lane spot. But it is what it is. I just gotta thank all of them. We really worked together on this one, and it played in our favor.
Well, man, tell me, how was the car handling? We were watching the broadcast, and that suspension was just absolutely wild, bouncing up and down, going into the corners. Did the car get looser on the long run, or did you feel like it was tightening up? Well, how was the handling?
If anything, got a little tight for my setup, because that's all I focused on in practice. Really, I just made really long runs, and thankfully it didn't fall off much, and pretty much start to finish, it was almost the same.
Well, all right, Lucas. Well, man, that was a lot of fun to watch, man. Great race, great entry to the series. We're glad to have you, and thankful that y'all showed up, and hope y'all stick around for next season. So, congratulations on third place.
Yep, thank you.
Well, all right, that was third place finisher Lucas Leon. Let's talk to Teddy Hodgson, see if he's in here. Hey, Teddy, this is Eddie and Jonah in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. How are you guys?
Man, doing great, man. Congratulations on the second place finish. You were leading there at the start, kind of fell off a little bit, and was able to recapture second place. And it looked like you were really starting to hunt down Colin, and the cautions just kind of hindered you a little bit. Talk about your race and maybe what you could have done to get that win tonight.
Yeah, so first off, I got to thank Tom Capuano and Fenceline Films for letting us come in this league. This is really fun, and he's always talked about this league before and how well it's run, and I'm glad to be a part of it at the season finale. So, yeah, so we had a really good qualifying effort, and me and the boys worked on the setup for a long time during that practice, make sure everything was good, and we led the first half of the race there, and then I just wanted to see what the other guys had in clean air, and we were pretty even. And just those cautions did not fall my way. I had a couple looks at the lead right when the caution came out, so I thought I was faster than two of my boys there, but just couldn't get it done tonight. The green white checkered, it's anything goes, and we were just a little too tight there. So, just overall solid effort for not really running this track a lot with the tour mod. So I'm definitely proud of what we've done today.
Up here in the booth, it looked like it was really tough to pass. What was your strategy for trying to set up a pass on the leader there towards the end of the race? Did you have anything in mind that you were going to throw at him, or were you just trying to wait for him to make a mistake?
Well, I know everything comes off turn 2 here, trying to get a good run when the corner tightens up, but Colin was really bad off turn 4. He was really tight, so I was waiting for him to get an opportunity to mess up there a little bit, and he kind of slipped up there when I tried to make a move before the green-white checker, and then the caution came out. So if anywhere I was going to pass him, that's where it was going to be. So, just didn't fall our way today, but really happy of the result.
Well, congratulations. Second place is awesome. You guys put on a show up front. It was really, really fun to see the little chess match going on between you three. And like I told Lucas, we're glad to have you and hope you stick around. Always looking for really good, clean, fast drivers. And hope you all stick around and run with us next season. So congratulations on second place.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Well, all right. Well, let's bring in our race winner, Colin Hoffner. How you doing, Colin?
Hey, man, we're doing good. How are you tonight?
Doing fine. This is Eddie and Jonah in the booth. Man, congratulations on the win, man. You had a hell of a race, fighting your teammates there. Was able to get the lead and pretty much was able to hang on to it as the caution started flying towards the end. Nobody was really ever able to mount any kind of run at you. Kind of talk about the last part of the race and what your mindset was as we got into those caution flags and that green white checker.
Well, I mean, the three of us, we were talking a little bit. And, for the first probably 2/3 of the race, we were just trying to make sure we kept our noses clean. I downloaded the track at 8:50, so figured like, yeah, screw it, I'll buy it, and so it obviously worked out. I mean, practice was junk. Was just trying to learn the track, and by the time we got into the race, it felt pretty good. Yeah, by the time we got to the end there, I mean, we were waiting for the guys to start charging. I really thought we were going to be more mid-pack here, but it seemed to really work out. I know Teddy and Lucas made the setup on the fly, so nice when everything kind of comes together there.
Yeah, from up here in the booth, man, we were just watching cars throughout the field struggle left and right, trying to handle those bumps down in the turn, especially in turn 4. And it seemed like you guys just really hit the nail on the head with the setup this week. Did you find yourself struggling with those bumps at all, or was the car just hooked up all night?
The car was really good the whole night. What I was really struggling with was just trying to find the right lines through both turns. They're so different. But by the time that we, locked everything and dialed it all in, we were pretty much good to go. By probably about halfway through, I'm not trying to brag, we were going about half, 3/4 throttle, just trying to save our tires. Next thing you know, we got a gap of with about a second, we're like, all right, let's back it down a little bit, make sure we have enough gas because we weren't sure if we were gonna have enough. But no, yeah, I mean, once we got our bearings in, it was all good.
Well, all right, man. Well, congratulations on a great finish, a great race by you three. Just coming in here and just kind of dominating this race. So, congratulations on a win, man. Hope, like I told the other two, hope to see y'all again. Hope y'all stick around because real clean, fast guys are what we're looking for, and I think y'all really showed that tonight. So, congratulations. Go celebrate this win with your friends, and man, we'll see y'all next season, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. The boys will be back.
Well, there you are. There's our, very confident these guys were to come in. They definitely they had the speed to be able to jump in and compete, and they definitely showed that tonight. But so we're done with the race, but let's bring in our champion, Josh Oswalt. Josh, is Eddie and Jonah in the booth? You got us?
Yes, sir. I got you guys. How are you?
Man, I'm tired of talking to you about these championships, but man, you have you have really had a great season. We talked about it a little bit in the race. You had a really strong couple bad races here and there, but really strong early half of the first half of the season. The second half, man, you were just Mr. Consistency all the way through to be able to take this championship by a wide margin. So. Man, congratulations on this championship. Definitely well deserved. And kind of talk about your race time. How'd it go tonight?
I was very ill prepared. I ran the iRacing fix setup tonight. I did not have a setup ready for the race, so I threw the old fix setup in there and decided to see what it had. It wasn't too bad. I mean, about lap 80 though, it was pretty well gone at that point. It was sawing at the wheel like my life depended on it. But the pressure was off after we completed a lap for both myself and Kinder. All we had to do tonight was start the race to solidify our spots. And hats off to him and Sam and Stefan, those guys all up in the top 3, top 4. I mean, it was a good battle throughout the season. It made it a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed this season. I mean, I'm super pumped to go, back to back with the championships. And I guess it's a good thing you don't broadcast tomorrow night because I'm going to win that one too, so you don't have to interview me there.
Three-peat, baby, three-peat.
Oh, 4 if you count late model.
No, that doesn't count. Well, man, this is my first time jumping up in the booth for this with Eddie. I've been telling him I've been on to do it for a month or two, and I finally was able to do it. But it's a good one to do it. Hickory Motor Speedway puts on some good racing. Bumpy track, looked like it was a lot of fun. And, I told him you were just out there on a Wednesday night cruise. You weren't really under any pressure. And it showed, but man, congrats on your championship. Awesome to see you get another one. I think you're going to have to build another shelf for all them damn trophies you're getting, but
I might.
It's awesome, buddy. Congrats.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the bumps of this track are something. If you didn't hit them right, each corner, it could really shoot you for a loop. You could hit your same mark almost and hit the bump just slightly different, and it would change your exit on the corner. It was definitely something that kept you on your toes all night. It was a fun track. I mean, hard to pass, but we had a lot more green flag racing than I thought we'd have, which was really awesome. I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, all right, man. Well, you got any passing words, any shout outs, anything you want to let folks know? I mean, you are the fearless leader here at Thunderstruck, so the floor is yours.
Speech.
I'd just like to thank all the other admins, Jason Warren, Aaron Ward, Mike Swink, Shannon Wilder. It's helping keep everything rolling and flowing on a weekly basis. I'd like to thank all the drivers that come and race with us. We have some that come and go, some that stick around for the full season. We don't force guys to race every week, but we always have a good time, and drivers are really racing with respect. And I appreciate that, and we'll be back for our next season. Week after Thanksgiving, we'll fire up again with season 4 of the mods and season 5 of Super Late Model. We hit Friday, actually, we hit our 1-year anniversary as a league from our first race. So that's really cool that we've still going strong after a year and getting more and more new members, new people showing up every week. I'd like to thank you for broadcasting the modifieds for us. We love it. And Big Frig Coolers sponsor me, the best damn coolers you could ever get. And all my friends and family that watch the broadcast at home and cheer me on. Makes it that much more fun.
Well, all right. Well, there you have it. There's your Thunderstruck Tour Mod champion, and also the Super Late Model champion, and the '87 champion. What you got one more? Go ahead and just holler it out. Which one? What's the other one?
Well, the late night late model championship. We kept points for that. It was more of a fun run series, but
I mean,
points
if you
are
can be
points.
if you're a champion, man, might as well just be the champion. Well, all right,
Yeah,
man.
and
Well, oh, go ahead.
one more thing is shout out to Magic Mike and shout out to the Hitman. He's in the hospital right now. Heal up quick, Hitman. Love you, bud.
Well, there you are. That's your 2021 Thunderstruck Tour Mod champion, Josh Oswalt, man. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Well, all right. Well, Jonah, let's bring in Garrett Canter, and let's we're gonna try to. Mike Steffen has gone to bed, so we're gonna try to, before these guys get out of here, try to get the top 5 in points, kind of talk about their seasons a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in Garrett Canter. Garrett, this is Eddie and Jonah in the booth once again. Second place in points, man. Runner up this season. You got us.
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, Eddie.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on a second place. I know you wanted to take home this championship. A couple races towards the end of the season just kind of put you a little bit behind. But overall, man, fantastic season by you. You're always up there in the hunt and really always fighting for victories. And you had 2 wins on the season, which was tied for the most. And so, man, talk about your season. Kind of, tell us how it went and kind of reflect on it a little bit.
Man, you're exactly right. It's been an outstanding season. I ended up missing a race, and like I said, those couple races there towards the end of the season that kind of sent me and shuffled me further back. Man, season as a whole, I'm extremely thrilled with it. I missed the setup a couple times here and there, but was still able to be somewhat competitive. These guys race clean as can be. I mean, and you're forced to almost just because of the EOL system they have. It's phenomenal. It really is. Man, overall, Oswald ran a heck of a season. I felt like I made him sweat pretty good for the first half season or so. I think I had the points lead at one point, and then Oswald's steady, man. He's always consistent. He's always running that top 5 area for sure. I was looking at some of our stats for the season. We both have 2 wins. We both average starts in the top 5, and both of our average finishes 5th place. So I feel like if I had maybe had a little bit better luck right there on those last 2 races, and then that one race I missed, if I could have stuck around for it, it really would have come all the way down to tonight, and really would have shook out probably a little bit differently, hopefully. But man, I had a great season. I can't complain about it. Like going back and watching them. It's great having you on board because you're a phenomenal broadcaster for these things. So it's been fun, man. I appreciate all the support.
Man, Kinder, popped my tour modified cherry tonight. Got to watch my first race and broadcast with Eddie. I've been telling him for months I was going to jump up in here, but it's fun to watch you wheel that car tonight, man. It looked like the setup was struggling, but you were able to find your way up there to the front. And I called it early in the race, said, "Hey, just wait, he'll be there." And sure enough, you made it. Congrats on that 4th place finish and being able to battle through that. But also, congrats on the 2nd place finish on the season. Didn't get to watch many races, but you're super consistent, always fast, always find a way up to the front every week, and it's great to see you up there. But I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. I'm gonna need you to get a little bit better luck next season and knock Josh off the damn stool that he's on, because tired of winning him winning all these damn things. So.
Oh man, you're exactly right, and that was my objective for this season. I think I finished 3rd or 4th last season in the points, so 2nd still an improvement, but I at least made him nervous. He flat out told me a couple of times that he was actually having to work for it this season. So I feel like I accomplished my mission somewhat. Like I said though, man, he's super consistent. He's been running these things. He's a short track racer in real life, so I mean he kind of knows what he's doing, what he's looking for, and how to do these setups just right. So, but yeah, next season hopefully I can put a little bit more pressure on him and maybe sneak out that win.
Well, hell, Garrett, he ain't got but 1.5 arms. You ought to be able to beat him. I can't believe it.
1.5 arms and half a neck or something like that. He's all kinds of messed up. I don't know how he does it.
Well, all right, man. Well, we'll try to talk to some of these other guys, man. But congratulations on 2nd place. A great finish tonight. Come back. You were running 10th there towards the end of the race, and come back and finish 4th. That was really awesome. So, good show by you, man. But congratulations again on 2nd place.
Well, I appreciate it, guys.
Well, all right. Well, let's see. Okay, well let's bring in fourth place Endpoint, Sam Wetstein. Sam Wetstein, this is Eddie and Jonah in the booth. You got me?
Hey, I got you.
Well, Sam, you come in here battling for third place tonight, and just had a little issue towards the end of the race, and come up 2 points short of third place, but you still finish fourth in the points, and that's nothing to sneeze at with these fields and how competitive they are. Kind of reflect on your season a little bit, and just kind of talk about, man, just how it went for you, and maybe some stuff you did really good, so maybe some stuff you wish you would have done a little bit better.
A lot of fun. I wish I'd have done better at Martinsville and Bristol. I had horrible races at Martinsville and Bristol, and I missed a week. Took some drop points. One week was on reunion with my wife's family, so that would have made up a few points. But I got to look at it as I came into this league about 8 months ago. I've only been on iRacing since June of 2020. My son got me on it, and I was horrible. And I drive a truck for a living. I think I'm pretty proud of being able to drive, and I just couldn't drive these things. And he started teaching me a few things. We were doing in the trucks. I got a little better, but Josh talked me into running in this Tour Mod Super Late models, and you want to talk about horrible. But they gave me tips, and Jason Warren helped out a lot, and I slowly got better. And to finish fourth in points out of a full season like this with a couple of bad weeks that I had, I think I got to take that and run with it. It's no trophy, but to me, it's kind of a win.
Well, Sam, I enjoy watching you every week out there on the track. Always find myself pulling for you. You always got the most patriotic car on the track, it seems like, at least in this series. But congrats on the fourth place finish. And I was hoping there during the race that you weren't using any of that math that you were using on Monday night, trying to conserve the car. But yeah, I was rooting for you. It was a good battle. Just a little tough luck there at the end, but always a joy to watch your race and get to talk to you afterwards. Congrats on that fourth place. Hope to see you back next season, man.
Thank you. Yeah, Monday night was a little bit of a. Hey, I was running for a championship, man. I can't beat it. I was disappointed, but I take a lot of good things out of that as well, and I take a lot of good things out of this. You guys do a great broadcast, by the way. Get that in there before I get out of here. And these guys run a great series, and I'll be back next year, and maybe give Josh a run for his money. Maybe give him the bumper a couple of times so I can keep up with him in points. Who knows?
There you
Hell
go.
yeah, man! Got to knock him off the pedestal.
There you go.
Got to catch him first. But yeah.
Well, all right, Sam. Well, man, appreciate you talking to us, man. Just wanted to give you a chance to reflect on the season. Still, I know you wanted to get third. You wanted to win, but being fourth in this field, man, it's impressive. So great season by you, man. So congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, let's see if William Griffith. He's muted and deaf, and he's probably chasing a kid around the house. We'll see if we can't. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be deafened, so I don't think we'll be able to get a hold of him anyway. But so that's our top five. Your top five in the points: Josh Oswalt, your champion, your runner-up, Garrett Canter, Mike Steffen, who we didn't get to interview tonight, as he had to take the dogs out and take care of some stuff. Totally understand that, but he finishes third in the points. Sam Wetstein, we just talked to, finished fourth, and then William Griffith rounded out your top five, and we got an unofficial Rookie of the Year, and we'll bring him in here and talk to Alex Veith, the self-proclaimed unofficial Rookie of the Year. Congratulations, Alex.
Man himself.
Congratulations, buddy, man. Great run tonight. Great run all season. Man, talk to us about your season, man. How'd it go for you, and what you're looking to do next season? All right, we can't hear you at all, brother. We got to get the mic.
Interview, man.
Yeah, you got to get the mic.
My mic was muted.
Got to get the mic fixed before you gonna run for a championship, Alex. I think.
All right. Well, I was hemming and hawing back and forth whether I was going to run this series, and then North Wilkesboro coming past. I don't have good things to say about North Wilkesboro. In my opinion, it's best stayed closed. But that came and went, and I had some money to burn in my iRacing account, so I went ahead and bought them. I drove them. Hey, these are pretty cool. And ran the first race, finished sixth. that I'm like, well, I finished sixth. I kind of got to run the rest of the season now. But yeah, those cars are a blast to drive. I learned more and more about them every week. It's a little bit difficult for me because I'm not a setup guy. I'm a driver. You can give me a setup and I can complain and tell you how bad it is and how it drives like a dumpster and this, that, and the other, but I can't tell you how to fix it.
Well,
So it's kind of my downfall there.
well,
But
you've had some good races all season, and it's a there's if you're new and it's something that you're just getting into, man, racing in a series with these type of drivers, you can only get better. You can't really get worse. So it's an awesome series to be a part of, man. I'm sure you've learned a lot, and I think next season you're gonna come out and fight for wins
yeah,
and
I
stuff.
learned a
So
lot about racing short tracks that I have been able to transfer over to the Rebels and whatnot. So yeah, I definitely got bit the short track hook, line, sinker, bobber, swallowed the whole damn thing. So I'm already looking forward to the next season.
all right. Well, man, congratulations. So we're going to get Griff in here, round out our top 5 of the points, and then we're going to call it a night. So congratulations on your ninth place finish in the points, man. A great run tonight, and we'll see you next season. All right, Griff, are you here?
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, man. Well, congratulations. Good run tonight, but you finished in 5th in the points for the whole season, and that's fantastic, man. What an incredible season that you had. Kind of talk back through your season, man, what you learned, things that you've gotten better at. Kind of reflect a little bit on the season and what you think you're going to be able to do going forward.
Yeah, constantly learning in this series, especially with this car. It just teaches you so much about throttle control and steering input. So I think every race is constantly learning something. I had a couple hiccups and earlier in the season, get myself caught up into some crap that I should have avoided. But overall, I'm happy with where I finished and try to go for it next year. Last season I was 4th in the points, and I'll take 5th.
Well, good season, Griff. Nice to see you finish there in the top 5 and the final points. And it was enjoyable watching you tonight running there with Kinder. I was hoping you was going to give him a little bit of the old chrome horn, but it never happened. So,
Yeah, I didn't want to do it to him, but yeah,
it was fun
man.
to watch, man. And always enjoy watching your race. Enjoy talking to you. It's nice to see you up front. But congrats on the finish on the season, and can't wait to see you next season, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right, man. Well, there you have it, man. What a good race. I mean, a very fast race without with it being majority of the green flag run, but a great season. Man, it's just been so much fun. There's been a lot of really caution field races. Like if you go to any, and I've said this 1,000 times, you go to any short track around the country on a Saturday night, on the weekend, they're a caution field because you got a bunch of guys out there just racing their guts out for every position. And so we had some of those races where it was just a lot of cautions. Then we had some that were just majority of the green flag, tonight. And what a better way to cap it off, Jonah, than to finish off with a very, just a few cautions, 2 or 3, and majority of the race was under green.
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot in championship races. You'll see a lot of cautions all throughout the season. Then you get to where the final race, where everybody's really, you know, buckling down and racing for those final points positions, and then everybody's just so focused and dialed in. You tend to not see as many mistakes on nights like tonight. And man, they put on a good race. They all did a great job, and it was really clean. And it was fun to watch my first modified race.
Yeah, you picked a good one for sure. Well, just want to thank Josh Oswalt for allowing me, and Kai Shepard for allowing me to broadcast these races. It's a lot of fun. Always enjoy the guys who race here and enjoy calling the races. They put on a good show. It was a fantastic season. I was so glad to be a part of it. Looking forward to next season to see how it's going to elevate. If you're watching and you like what you see, definitely reach out to Josh Oswalt to see if it's something that maybe you're interested in. And it's open setups. Every race is 125 laps, all short tracks. And you better you better pack a lunch, man, because if you're going to come race here, you better bring it. You're not going to be able just to piddle around and show up not ready. A lot of these guys who showed up at the very last minute obviously have a lot of laps or have a lot of so you're gonna have to have some sort of experience to come in here and win some races here. So, but like you heard Alex Vieth, it's a hell of a place to learn. If you're trying to learn how to short track race and you wanna do it, this series is great for really skilled drivers and new folks as well. So. Definitely reach out to him if you want to be a part of it, and he'll get you hooked up. So another great season in the books. Thunderstruck, definitely one of my favorites. So looking forward to next season and seeing what who's able to challenge Josh Oswalt for the win for the next season. So anyway, thanks for everybody watching. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and we'll see you next season.